What's up, my tarot transurfers? It's Tico, and today we're going to be, I'm actually going to do today's and tomorrow's reading. I'm going to try to do these one day ahead, maybe, so they're a little more applicable. Today's AstroTarot reading based off of Starlene's Vibrational Astrology forecast. The new week's forecast is up. The link is below for her full forecast. I highly recommend you check it out. So for today, the astrology that we're going to be exploring is Leo, the moon in Leo, square Mercury and Scorpio. And so while it's going to be really easy for us to maybe portray and get our perspectives across, and it has a lot to do with seeing perspectives, there's going to be a wanting to control some thoughts, whether that's our thoughts or the thoughts of others. And so I was just going to kind of do a reflection on how we could maybe use that wanting to control our thoughts for our highest good. So I'm curious to see what comes up for this one. First card is Wheel of Fortune. Crossed by the Devil card. That's interesting to me. Maybe I won't do two of these videos. I'm just going to focus on this one first. Both major arcana, so both really spiritual. How are we going to use that energy? Wanting to control, I see in the Devil for sure. With the control, and I guess even though this is card represents Jupiter, with the Wheel of Fortune. And this came up in another reading, actually. This is events, but sometimes when this one shows up, it can feel like things are just like, spinning wildly out of control. Things are happening really unexpectedly. It's hard to kind of have a ground beneath our feet, right? So I guess what's really popping up with me on how to use some of that to control our thoughts or not control others to kind of keep them in bondage. I guess I'm really seeing not to be, to really focus on our inner self, to not be too attached to outcomes of these events. Like cycles are moving, like things are going to happen regardless. We kind of like in the Tao Te Ching, hold steadfast to the center. We can be in the center there, maybe without being too attached. And with the Devil card kind of comes some of that controlling and some of that manipulativeness. So I think maybe it's a good time also when I see Wheel of Fortune to pause and make sure that while we're sharing perspectives and we're examining our own thoughts, that we're not interfering, controlling, or manipulating the thoughts of others. But really I see this mostly as just being attached to outcomes. So I think one thing we could reflect on to today and moving into tomorrow based off of the astrology is just not reflecting on or not being attached to, reflecting on not being attached to the outcome. Okay, guys. Next one. So I'm going to just go ahead and this is for Tuesday. The astrology is Mars ingress into Scorpio. What this means is there's a really strong potential for power behind our energy. The key with Scorpio is that it can be both a destructive or regenerative sign. So what I'm really thinking on is a reflection. This is for Tuesday, on how we can put that potential energy, that potential power behind our energy in ways that are regenerative for us. So just really curious on what comes up here. Fool card, and I'm going to cross it with Ace of Wands. Cool. I was thinking about that right when I first saw Fool and the kind of reinformance. I would say, how can we do something regenerative but put power, energy, literally spiritual power, the Wands, our fire, our passion behind something? I would say this is the first thing that popped in my head when I saw the Fool is do something new, do something unexpected, do something that you've really been interested in physically doing that you just haven't. Is there a new bookshop you want to check out? Is there a painting you want to make? Is there a drawing you want to do? Do you want to start a sitting practice and sit in a cushion for 2 minutes? Do you want to learn to read tarot or look something up interesting, that's out of the ordinary. The Fool says take a chance, take a leap. Let's not have too much self-importance here. And cross with that Ace of Wands. This is a brand new fiery idea. So even if it's really short-lived and if it doesn't go anywhere, what will be most regenerative to you to use that Mars ingress into Scorpio energy? Mars is fire. I would say, based off of these cards, is do something explorative and unexpected for yourself that sparks you. So there's your Astro Tarot forecast for Monday and Tuesday. Blessings.